Well, hi there. It's Tiffany from Daisy Farm Crafts, and today I'm excited to introduce you to some new yarn from Yarnspirations called Granny All-in-One Square. No color switching, keep on stitching. You guys, it's a game changer for granny squares. If you like the colorful granny squares and you don't want to like clip and change color after every round, this yarn is going to be doing the color switching for you. Look at this. This is the center color of this particular square. And when I say it switches, there we go. Switches color. So I'm going to be teaching you the pattern that's on Yarnspirations website and a few little tips and tricks that I had to use along the way. It's going to be a little bit flexible according to your tension, hook sizes, but I kind of came up with a few little helps that might help you just get the color to work out. So you got to be a little bit flexible with it. So grab an H hook, 5mm, and grab a 5.5mm hook, and we will get started. Now you can find this pattern on Yarnspirations website or on the inside of the label. I happened to be sent an early skein to give this a try a couple months ago, and so the pattern is not on the inside of the label, but I've been told that the printed versions, the new versions now, all have the label, the pattern on the inside. But you can always find it on yarnspirations.com too, and they are going to have a lot of patterns that you can do with your granny squares. Okay, so the first thing you'll do is just make your regular slip knot and leave yourself about a 4-inch tail. So there we go. And I'm going to go ahead and start with the I hook, the H hook. Go just a little bit tighter and see where we go. So you're going to start with 4 chains. And you're going to join to the first chain with a slip stitch. That forms your first circle. Now you will chain 6. Now in the center of the circle, work 3 double crochet, followed by 3 chains. Now I should explain that first chain 6, the first 3 chains count as a double crochet, and the next 3 chains are the corner. So here's our 3 chains that make a corner. Now let's work 3 more double crochet into the center of the circle. One, 2, 3 chains for the corner. We're going to do this again. We want to have 4 clusters, not clusters, 4 sections of 3 double crochets together. I guess. Okay, we're almost there. 1, 2, 3. Let's chain 3. That's our last corner. And now let's work 2 double crochets into the center here. And we're just about to hit it right with our color change. So we did pretty good with this H hook. A little bit, maybe I could go a little bit tighter. And all you'll simply do is undo and do it, but I'm going to keep on going because I think we'll be okay. Now you can slip stitch here, here. I've done enough of these now. When I'm kind of close, I'll just go ahead and go under and start counting my next 6 chains. So that would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And that seemed to get me going pretty good for the next round. Now, if you're a perfectionist, I am not a perfectionist, and that's going to bug you. Undo and get your tension a little bit tighter for that first round, and it should finish good for you. Okay, but the next, now we're going to, don't turn or anything. Let's work those 3 double crochets. And now between this next section, we're just going to chain 1. And now we're to the corner. So it will be 3 double crochets, chain 3, 3 double crochets. Chain 1. So this is across the side here. And now to the other corner. Here we go, chain 3. Chain 1. Now I'm looking ahead and I'm kind of can tell when my color, here we go for the color change. I'm going to estimate here a little bit and kind of go a little bit tighter. See where we are. Okay, we did pretty well. We might have had extra. See, and this is what I'm saying. On this one, I probably went too tight. But let's see how we do. Here's 1. And here's 2. Oh no, we're going to be just, we've got a lot extra. So sometimes this was my trick. When there was a lot extra, since this was just a chain 3, I went ahead and did another double crochet, and I didn't feel like it was too noticeable since we were joining anyway. And then we would, so we're really close. On this round we have about this much extra. So another thing that I would do is go ahead and like slip stitch down here into the a lower one of these chains. So I could kind of take up some of the yarn and do another slip stitch just so I'm right in the corner, and then I'll chain 6. And now we have our color change. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I feel like I'm learning. I can have a little bit looser tension now on this round. So here we go. Same thing. You work 3 double crochets into this first corner. Let's chain 1 on the sides. Chain 1, and then the corners. Okay, so I'm going to finish this round and I'll meet you back and we'll see how we do. All right, this round I think it worked pretty good for me that I'll only have to do the 2. Yep, I got it. Pretty close. So see what I'm saying? It's a little bit of a fudge, but I don't think it's very noticeable that there's the extra chain right there. So this round worked out. So we're just going to slip stitch and get started on the next round. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6. All right, so every round, how many do we do? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We have 5 rounds. This is 4th round. So I'm going to start with the 3 double crochets right into that corner. You know, so it did take me a couple to get, you know, the hang of it and to see which hook I needed to use. So, but what is nice about this is, you know, just pulling it out and just getting the colors to match up so easily, because then once I got a hold of it, I can't believe how fast I made 13, 14, you know, granny squares. Okay, so I'm going to get this 4th round done and I'll meet you back. I've made it back around. I've got quite a bit extra on this round, so that's telling me maybe I was a little bit too tight. So let's see how much extra though. I guess I haven't done my 2 double crochets over here, and this might be one of those rounds where I've got to work that 3rd. Yeah, looks like this will be a round that I just work another double crochet. Seems to be the easiest thing to do. And maybe even gonna have to use my tip of slip stitching a couple times. Like that. And we're pretty close. Okay, so we have one more round. And on this round, I am actually going to try and keep my tension a little bit tight. I want to make sure that on this next round with this last color of the cream, we need to be left with about a 4-inch tail so that we can weave that end in at the end. But isn't that cute? So far, so good. Okay, let's keep going. I'll start with those 6 chains. And you know what? I think I'm going to even do another little cheat, and I'm going to come down here first. See if that will help. There we go. One more slip stitch, and then I'm going to chain 6. Here we go. So that's just a couple little tips on that last thing if you don't quite get it. All right, I just finished my last round, and I mean, I am just barely. I'm going to have to use a tiny bit of the next color to get my 4 inches, but I was pretty close. I mean, it's right on. Give myself a little tail. This is, luckily, it is Red Heart Super Savers, so it's gonna weave in really nicely, but I really just have a little tail because I don't want to go into the next color really that much. Like I said, goal would be to have a couple more inches left. So, but that is basically it. I will take that little problem over having to cut colors every round and weave in a lot of ends. And I think this is really going to be a fun project. Now, my other idea is also, I want to make one of those little jackets for my baby Kate. So I don't need to actually use all of the colors. I kind of want to just make her the smaller, maybe stop at the yellow. And so that would give me a lot of flexibility. Of course, you know, just take out these rounds of color. So there's just going to be a lot of fun things coming up with this yarn. But so as you can see, we're ready for the center color again. start. Man, I'm going to just really be better about my 4-inch tail here at the start. And I get going on the next one. So another couple things is, I don't know if I mentioned, I look on the label to see what color to start with, but generally you'll pull right from the middle and it will be the color that you need. This one was the darker color. That's this one. This one was called Soft White Hot Stuff. Hot Stuff. So, gosh, so many cute ideas to be doing with this. So much fun things to make. So anyway, I hope that that can help you get started on doing the tutorial that is on Yarnspirations website. I know that there's many different ways to make granny squares, and I bet a lot of you are going to get creative and see how your version, and maybe even do different stitches. I don't know. I think the possibilities are endless. So thank you so much for stopping by, and we will see you next time. Bye.